A number, number 25, we have a number. We know that 8 is subtracted from this number. And when 8 is subtracted from this number and the result, so the result is multiplied by 3. The entire result, the one that 8 is subtracted by, so the whole thing is multiplied by 3. The answer is 21. So we're trying to find x. So whenever I get a question like this where they ask you to find a certain number, just call the number x, call it n, call it anything you want, and then whatever they said in the question that happened to the number, you do it. So it said that 8 was subtracted and the result was multiplied by 3 and the answer is 21. So now we expand the brackets. We have 3x minus 24 is equal to 21. Okay, so now we have 3x is equal to 21 plus 24. What happened was that we took over the 24 over the equal sign and it turned into a positive 24. Or in more technical terms, we added 24 to both sides. That is 3x is equal to 45. X is equal to 15. So x is our original number. Okay, next. If x is equal to negative 2, y is equal to 3, and t is equal to 2, x over y raised to the t is equal to. So we're given what x, y, and t are, and we're asked to put them into this format and solve. So x is negative 2 over y squared. Okay, so this is negative 2 over 3 times negative 2 over 3. Or if you want to have it like negative 2 over 3 times negative 2 over 3. It's the same thing. And then we just multiply this as usual. So negative and negative is going to give a positive. So that's 4 over 9. Okay. So for this question, we're given a matrix Q and we're asked to find the order of the matrix. So this is called a row and this is called a column. So when we're trying to find the order of a matrix, we first start with the rows. So we count the amount of rows. We have 1, 2, 3 rows, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So therefore the order of the matrix is 3 by 4. And that is A. Then we are given a matrix P. P is 8, 7, 6, 5, and we're asked to find the determinant of this matrix P. So the determinant of the matrix, how do we find the determinant of a matrix, right? So the way how we find the determinant of a matrix, 2 by 2 matrix, might I add, is, so an easy way to find the determinant is by calling this one A. You can write this in pencil. B, C, D. So the way how we're going to find the determinant is by having AD minus BC. So now AD is 8 times 5. BC is 6 times 7. This is now 40 minus 42. That is a negative 2. And that is B. There are 29 vectors. So we have a vector P and we have a vector Q. Vector P is 3, 2. And vector Q is negative 1, 4. They then ask us P minus 2Q. What would that be? So now we know P. So P wasn't changed. We have 3, 2 minus 2 times Q. So then we're left with 3, 2 minus negative 2, 8. Please be careful with your signs. Okay? So it's the negative 2 times all of this. So then that is supposed to leave. So now we have 3, 2 minus negative 2. I wrote back the same thing, I'm sorry. So then we have 3 minus negative 2, that is 3 plus 2, that is 5. Then we have 2 minus 8, that is negative 6. And that is A. Okay, so for item 31, we're given two shapes and we're being asked about the perimeter of the square and of the rectangle. So first thing we need to do is find the perimeter of each. The perimeter of a shape is a sum of the length of all of the sides. So we know that all of the sides of a square are equal. So therefore, if this is 12, this is 12. If this is 12, this is 12. And even if we were given one side, we could still find it if we know that it is a square. So now for a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. So this is 16, therefore this is 16. This is 9, therefore this is 9. So what we need to do now is sum up all the sides of these shapes. So that is 12 times 4, or if you want to have 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. So this is 48 meters. Over here now we have 16 plus 9 plus 16 plus 9. That is 50 meters. So we know that the perimeter of B is greater than the perimeter of A. And that option is option D. So in the questions they have perimeter of A is less than the perimeter of B. If you don't know your signs, I always remember this as a crocodile. So the crocodile is going to be eating the bigger one. So since the perimeter of B is bigger, it's going to be facing the perimeter because that perimeter is fatter. So therefore the crocodile is going to want to go and eat this one. So if you don't remember your sign, remember it like that. So if you want to remember with the elbows, remember it like that. But I remember it like a crocodile. So whoever that can help, it will help. Okay, so number 32. We're given 3,800 millimeters and we're asked to express them in meters. So we're going from millimeters to meters. We're going from small to large. So when we're going from small to large, we divide. When we're going from large to small, we multiply. If you want to make up a little thing, you can, but when we're going from small to large, we're going to divide. So when we're going from millimeters to meters, we're going to divide by 1,000. So we have 3,800 divided by 1,000. So now that is 3.8 meters. And you can remember this in your special way. Remember when you were going to primary school or prep school and that teacher have that long yellow ruler? You can think about that as a meter. So that is big. And on your ruler, on the small side, you have a milliliter side. So that is small. So you can think about it. Think about special ways to remember this. Okay, so number 33. It says that the distance around the edge of a circular pond. So whenever you're given questions like this, it helps to draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the circular pond. So we have a pond. And the distance around the edge of the circular pond. So when they measure around the circular pond, so that is the circumference. When they measure the circumference, they got 88 meters. The distance around the edge is 88, so they want now the radius of this pond. So we know that this is the diameter, and we know that this is the diameter, and we know that the radius is halfway the diameter. It's not drawn to scale, so we know the formula for circumference is equal to pi d. This is also pi times, remember that the diameter is twice the radius, so this is 2r, or you can have it as 2 pi r. So we're not working with diameter, so we're working with radius, so we're going to use this formula. So since the circumference is 88 meters, and we know that 88 meters is equal to 2 times pi, which is a number, 22/7 or 3.14, depending on what the examiner gave you, times r. So therefore, 88 over 2 pi is equal to r. So you can look at the options from now on, see the form that they wanted, and that is option D. So since you are not using calculators in the exam, you're not going to be asked to work out this with the actual number for pi, so you can leave pi as it is. So 33 is D. We are given another figure. So we're given a triangle, not perfect, resting on top of a square. We're told that the distance right here is 4 centimeters. And we're told that distance right here is 5 centimeters. The length of one side of the square is 5 centimeters and the height of the triangle is 4 centimeters. What is the total area of the figure in centimeters squared? So previously we did perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the figure. So if they had asked us for the perimeter, we'd have to add here, 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 here. But they did not ask us for the perimeter, they want the area. So therefore they want the area of here plus the area of here. So how do we find the area of a triangle? Now the formula for area of a triangle. So what we're doing is we're going to find the area of the triangle and then we're going to find the area of the square. Apologies for my writing, I am not the best at it, but that is the reason why I'm talking. So the formula for the area of a triangle is equal to half base times height. And for the area of the square, you can just multiply one side, you can square one side or multiply one side by itself. So the area of the square would be 5 squared, which is equal to 25. Because this is 5, this is 5, and this is 5. So the area of the triangle is talking about half base times height. I see a height, I don't see a base. Well, they didn't give us the base initially. If the base is 5, because if the distance right here is 5, right here is 5, right here is 5, it's a square, so this side must be 5 as well. So therefore the base is equal to 5. So that would be half times 5 times 4. And that would be, so 4 upon 2 would be 2 times 5, and that would be 10. So therefore the area of the triangle is 10 and the area of the square is 25. The total area is 35.